What the is going on with the real estate market in Colorado Springs? Oh my gosh. No consistency. It seems to have fallen off the face of the earth, but home values are going up. Days on market are actually going down, even though inventory is on its way up. Buyer sentiment's at an all-time low, and I don't know what to make of any of this. So let's hop right into the numbers and see what's going on. So, hey, my name is Mark with My Front Range Living. We are a team of full-time real estate agents here in the Colorado Springs area. And this is the market update for June of 2025. Now, as always, we want to point out this is for the entirety of the Pikes Peak multiple listing service, not just Colorado Springs. So it does include Colorado Springs, but it's also the surrounding area. And we're going to do single family. And this month, we're actually going to do condos and townhomes because I want to talk to you about what's going on in that market specifically. Yes, most people are looking at single-family homes, but the condo and townhome market, which is supposed to be the affordable housing sector, isn't doing what they're wanting it to do at a legislative level, and I want to talk to you a little bit about that. So, single-family homes, new listings. Yeah, new listings went down from 2,048 in May to 1,869 in June. That's still well above this time last year when it was 1,667 new listings in June of 2024, but I mean, it's to be expected. We are seeing a migratory pattern out of Colorado as opposed to the growth that we've seen for quite some time in this area. So kind of to be expected. And of course, sales basically flat month over month, 1,166 in May, 1,197 in June. But we're ahead of this time last year. It's still kind of flat, not a ton of difference, but 1,115 in June of 2024. Now, get this, the average sales price freaking went up. I don't know what's going on. I actually do, and I'll tell you here in a second. 566.3 thousand was the average sales price in May. That's up to 570 and a half in June. Now, that's also up from the same time last year by about $6,000, 564.4 in June of 2024. And that's the kind of growth, the value growth that we want to see on a regular basis. Anywhere between 1% to 3%. That's what it should be instead of that nonsense of 20% we saw a few years ago. And then the median price, same thing, $490 in May, $500 in June, and basically flat year over year. It was $499 in June of 2024. Mark, what is this all about? How can the value of homes keep going up? Well, the reality of it is higher price homes are selling, and that's why you're seeing the average sales price and median sales price go up, as well as the fact that when buyers are out there right now making their offers, they're willing to pay asking and they're willing to take the concessions in lieu of a price reduction. That's why you're seeing those prices do what they're doing right now. They're going to keep going up only because people are asking for concessions as opposed to going down in price. So it makes sense that that's what's going to happen with those numbers. As higher price home sells, higher home prices as they sell, that's going to happen. Prices are going to go up, median sales price is going to go up, but buyers that are in the market right now are asking for concessions, was actually smart. That makes more of a difference on your monthly payment. All right, so total inventory, and this is a big, big deal. We have slowly watched this inch up. So we went from 3,671 in May to 4,055 in June. That's way up from 2,974 this time last year. So think about that. We've gained over 1,000 homes in our total active category. That's a huge jump year over year. And so we're really keeping an eye on that. And the reality of it is buyer sentiment all-time low, right? Which is odd because days on market went from 41 to 40. It actually went down, but that's because buyers that are out there right now are really kind of seeing the same regurgitated stuff over and over and over, and the new stuff really has to knock their socks off in order for them to move the needle. Again, buyer sentiment all-time low. You throw in the insurance policies that are really high, as well as interest rates that are just being really freaking stubborn. And you understand why buyers are right now, whoa, it's going to have to be the perfect house in order for me to make a move. Now, I told you that we were going to do condos and townhomes, which is something we don't normally do every month, but I want to hop in here and I want to tell you why, because affordable housing has a tendency to be a big buzzword, not just nationally, but specifically here in Colorado. And sometimes legislators miss the mark. I know, you're shocked, right? But it's really impacting the condos and townhomes, so let's hop into that. All right, so the reason that condos and townhomes matter so much is because, yes, they have a tendency to be lower priced. However, by the time you throw the insurance in there and you throw the association fees in there, the reality of it is these are about the same price as a single family mortgage. And so I think that we're going to see more and more of this particular product go by the wayside and not be as appealing as it has been in the past. So new listings on the condo townhome side actually down 272 in May to 250 in June, and way down year over year, 279 in June of 2024. So we're not seeing as much multifamily stuff hit the market. The average sales price went down with that from 364.5 to 348, way down year over year from 392.8. So we're talking about a 40-ish plus $1,000 change in this average sales price. Now, get this, just inventory real quick. I just want to hit these three categories and then we'll talk for a little bit. 629 in May, 673 in June, up almost right at 100 units, 574 in June of 2024. So what's going on with that? So number one, anytime there's a multifamily scenario like a condo or a townhome, the builder is actually subjecting itself to potential construction defect litigation. And they don't want to do that. That has not been a very popular build at all. When you couple that with the fact that association rates continue just to go up, and I want to couple that with insurance because yes, you have your walls in policy on a condo townhome. You have your HO6 supplemental policy. Of course, you have that stuff, but the association's insurance is going through the roof because of all the claims that have happened here in Colorado. Not just Colorado Springs, but Colorado. Everyone's paying the price for that. So their premiums are astronomical. And what's crazy is, in order to be FHA qualified, associations have to have certain levels of insurance. What's bananas to me is the fact that those Florida condos several years ago that collapsed, I'm sure you all remember that in the news, that's having an impact on nationwide insurance policies. And insurance policies are really, really expensive for condos and townhomes right now, to the point where associations are having a hard time keeping up with that. Well, of course, that has to get passed on to the buyer or the members of the association. And so the association's insurance is really, really high, which means the fees are really, really high, which means that your monthly payment's going to be really, really high. Even though it's a lower priced home, you see how it trickles down. What's interesting to me when people are talking about affordable housing right now is the fact that no one, and I do mean no one, is talking about the insurance industry and how that can possibly have an impact on what's going on in the housing industry. So I don't know why no one's talking about the insurance industry and how it's impacting home affordability, but we talk about, when I talk about builders being hesitant because of construction defect stuff, here's the deal. Legislation in Colorado is lending itself, the more and more regulation we have, the more expensive it is to build these homes. And so what's happening is when this is a requirement and this is a requirement and this is a requirement, it means the builders are having to do more and more and more, and there's more and more costs. Well, guess what? That's getting passed on to you, the buyer. So condos and townhomes, while they're supposed to be the most affordable sector of our housing, it's not happening that way. It's really, really weird. And so we're keeping an eye on so many things right now in this market. It's a wild market out there. I don't know what to tell you. Like we are keeping an eye on it and we do want to help you out. But the reality of it is buyer sentiment is very, very low right now. So if you are thinking about buying, please, please, please reach out to us, which is a great segue into, you can find all of our information in the description of the video below. It has our website in there, myfrontrangeliving.com. The other thing that we want to offer you if you're taking a look is our relocation guide, and you can click on that in the description of the video below. That's yours for free. It just gives you a little bit better idea of what might fit you when it comes to moving to Colorado Springs, your criteria, things of that nature. And really, we cannot stress enough, please, please, please reach out to Amber and I because there's so much going on in the market. There are a ton of moving parts right now. It's not necessarily a bad time to buy. However, we want to make sure that you're making the right moves for you. We've helped a lot of people that right now it doesn't make sense. They're going to wait a few months, see what they can do here in 5 or 6 months. So please reach out to us. We'd love to help you any way we can. As always, we hope you find value in the content. We look forward to seeing you soon. Have a great day.